In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind. We live in an age of constant comparison, fueled by social media and the success stories we see every day. Whether it's watching peers land dream jobs, get married, or travel the world, the pressure to keep up can be overwhelming. You might find yourself feeling like you're behind in life, like you're not where you're supposed to be. This feeling of inadequacy can bring a sense of anxiety, shame, doubt, making us wonder if we're somehow failing. But what if this pressure is a sign we're looking in the wrong direction? What if our constant race for approval and success is the real problem? The Stoics, ancient philosophers who faced much of the same pressures, offer us a powerful antidote. They understood that external validation, whether through accomplishments, status, or comparisons, is fleeting and unreliable. Instead, they taught us to turn inward, to focus not on where others are, but on where we are going. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, summed it up perfectly. Do not concern yourself with what others are doing. Concern yourself with what you are becoming. So in this video, we'll explore how Stoic philosophy can help us break free from the unhealthy comparisons that fuel our anxiety and shame, and instead focus on building life that's true to who we are, not to who others expect us to be. Stay with us, because the best part is yet to come. And if you know someone who might be struggling with these same feelings, share this video with them. Let's begin this journey toward personal growth and Stoic wisdom. Let us begin with a quote from Epictetus that directly speaks to the heart of the issue we're discussing. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Epictetus, this quote reminds us that Stoicism is not just a theory to be discussed or understood in words. It's a way of living. The idea is to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, and how we respond to the world around us, instead of fixating on the external circumstances or the opinions of others. So often, we try to explain ourselves, justify our actions, or even compare our progress to that of others. But as Epictetus teaches us, the best way to embody Stoicism is not through talk, but through the choices we make every day. Instead of worrying about whether you're on the right path compared to others, remember that it's not about matching someone else's timeline. It's about moving forward in a way that aligns with your values, regardless of where anyone else is. What if you stopped worrying about what others think of your progress? What if you let go of the need for validation and simply focused on becoming the best version of yourself? This approach will bring peace, not anxiety. When we feel behind, it's often because we are measuring ourselves by someone else's yardstick. We see people online, in our social circles, or in our family who seem to be further along in life. They have the career, the relationships, or the achievements that we think we should have by now. This comparison is not only unhelpful, but also harmful. It keeps us trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and frustration. But the Stoics remind us that this constant comparison is a losing game. As Epictetus said, don't concern yourself with what others are doing. Concern yourself with what you are becoming. This is a powerful call to redirect our energy from the external world to our own inner journey. Instead of measuring success based on others' timelines or accomplishments, we should focus on how we are growing, learning, and evolving every day. What if, instead of worrying about where you stand in comparison to others, you asked yourself, what am I doing today to move closer to who I want to be? This simple shift in perspective can make all the difference. Imagine applying this idea to your daily life. Instead of focusing on the job your friend just landed or the milestone your peer reached, think about how you can make one small step toward your own goals. Maybe it's dedicating time to learn a new skill, strengthening your relationships, or working on your mental health. These are the things that truly matter. When we stop looking outward and start focusing on our own growth, we not only take control of our lives, but also find peace. Stoicism teaches us that we can't control what others do, nor should we want to. We can only control ourselves, our actions, thoughts, and responses. Next time you find yourself feeling behind, remember this Stoic lesson. Your path is yours to create. It doesn't matter if others seem to be ahead. What matters is whether you are moving forward with intention toward the person you are meant to become. To understand the depth of what Stoicism offers, let us dive into the core principles that will help you navigate feelings of being behind and find true peace with your own path in life. 1. The dichotomy of control. At the heart of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. Simply put, it's the idea that some things are within our control and others are not. This principle helps us focus on the only thing we can truly influence: ourselves. When you feel behind in life, you are likely worrying about things beyond your control. What others think, how others are progressing, or how far you're from where you should be. But as the Stoics teach, none of these things are up to you. The only thing that is in your control is how you respond to these feelings, how you react to the world, and how you grow from them. Actionable step. Next time you feel yourself comparing your progress to someone else's, pause and ask, is this something I can control? If the answer is no, then let it go. Shift your focus back to what you can control: your own actions, thoughts, and growth. 2. Progress is internal, not external. In a world where success is often measured by external markers, titles, wealth, or social media likes, Stoicism teaches us that true progress is internal. What matters is the person you are becoming, not the achievements you accumulate. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, regularly reminded himself of this. He wrote in his journal, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This is a reminder that success is not found in comparisons or external markers, but in cultivating virtue, wisdom, and integrity. When we focus on internal progress, we start to feel at peace with where we are. Our worth is no longer tied to others' perceptions or achievements. Instead, it's rooted in our own character. Actionable step. Every day, take a moment to reflect on your internal progress. Ask yourself, am I becoming a better version of myself today? Focus on personal growth, the way you treat others, and how well you handle challenges. These are the true measures of success. 3. Live according to nature. One of the key tenets of Stoicism is to live according to nature, to accept the natural flow of life and to work in harmony with it, rather than fighting against it. This means accepting that everyone's journey is different. Life has its own rhythm, and trying to force it to match someone else's timeline will only bring frustration. Think about how a tree grows. It doesn't compare itself to other trees in the forest. It simply grows at its own pace, according to the conditions around it. Stoicism teaches us to adopt the same approach, to live in harmony with our own nature and progress, without trying to rush or match others. Actionable step. Practice acceptance. When you catch yourself comparing your progress to someone else's, remind yourself that your path is unique. Trust the process and focus on what you can control in this moment. 4. Embrace discomfort. In our modern world, we often seek comfort, the easiest path, the most convenient solution. But Stoics understand that discomfort is a powerful teacher. It builds resilience, strengthens character, and allows us to grow. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, wrote about the importance of voluntary discomfort. Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest food and roughest clothing. By practicing discomfort, We train ourselves to be less dependent on external conditions and more resilient in facing life's inevitable challenges. Actionable step. Challenge yourself regularly by stepping outside your comfort zone. Whether it's through physical discomfort like cold showers or fasting, mental discomfort learning something new, or emotional discomfort having a difficult conversation, these moments of challenge will help you build strength and confidence. 5. The importance of perspective. Finally, Stoicism teaches us the importance of perspective. Our thoughts shape how we experience the world. When we constantly compare ourselves to others, we view our progress through a lens of inadequacy. But if we shift our perspective and view our journey as unique and valuable, we will experience less anxiety and more peace. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means that no matter where you're in life, it's your perspective that determines whether you feel behind or at peace with where you are. Actionable step. When you feel behind or discouraged, pause and reframe the situation. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this moment? Shift your mindset from frustration to growth. Every step, no matter how small, is progress. By focusing on what is within your control, measuring progress internally, and embracing discomfort, you can transform feelings of being behind into opportunities for growth. The Stoic path is not one of external achievement, but of internal resilience and wisdom. When you stop comparing yourself to others and start focusing on becoming the best version of yourself, you'll find that there is no behind, only a continuous journey of self-improvement. As we wrap up, let's revisit the central message: you are not behind. The feeling of being left behind often comes from comparing our progress to others' timelines or successes. But this is a false measure. Stoicism teaches us that the only path worth following is our own. It is not about racing against others or living up to someone else's idea of success. It's about focusing on your growth, your values, and your actions. When you embrace the Stoic mindset, you begin to see that life is not a competition. It's a personal journey, one that is shaped by your choices, your thoughts, and your reactions. The path you are on, no matter how far or near it may seem compared to others, is exactly where you need to be. Remember, your worth is not determined by where you are on someone else's timeline. It's defined by how you show up each day, how you learn, how you grow, and how you respond to the challenges in your life. So, the next time you feel behind, ask yourself, what am I learning from this moment? And how can I keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps? As you go through today, I challenge you to apply this Stoic wisdom. Whenever you feel overwhelmed by comparisons or doubts, remember, you are not in a race. You are on your own unique path, and that path is enough. Keep focusing on what you can control. Keep growing and trust the process. And before you go, make sure to hit subscribe so you can continue this journey of Stoic wisdom with us. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's discuss how we can all apply these principles in our own lives. Thank you for joining me on this journey toward inner peace and personal growth.